All right, everyone. Well, I apologize for the lack of videos at the end of the week. It turns out it's not just a flu bug that we're fighting off, it's actually pneumonia. And so, as you can tell, I'm still filled up with mucus and whatnot. We're relatively healthy for what that's worth. We're hanging in there. Anyway, I'm doing well enough now so I can at least talk without going into fits of coughing. So let me get this video out. The British pound obviously had a heck of a slide over the last three sessions. You can see going back to Thursday, I'm sorry, to the weeks prior, we've broken through this support area that I was talking about in last week's weekly wrap and are now working on the support from the end of January. We've got to hold, as I've said, this bottom rectangle in order for the bottoming process to continue. Otherwise, we've got to assume that the downward excuse me, the downward slide on the pound is simply going to continue. As a corollary to that, let's take a look at the US dollar. You can see here, this is the dollar index on the weekly basis. We're at a double top here. The dollar has been gaining strength since the July lows. It's July of 2008. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit. You can see prior to that, though, the dollar was really on a long-term slide. And so even though we may clear this double top, we still need to break above all of the selling in this area here. It's really a zone that runs from about 90.50 up to about 92.40, 92.50. So about a 200 point range. The dollar, I think, is going to come under a lot of pressure, number one, but number two, I would not buy into just the breaking of the double top. I want to see a clearing of this entire resistance zone first. And so what that means is, we may see some games from the professional markets, the professional traders pushing the pound around, trying to make it look as if it's quite a bit weaker in order to drive price down. Let me update this. There you go. And so there we are today, just a typical one-way street, starting in the European session, moved all the way down, moved down all the way through the New York session, but then did manage to catch some support right about 10 a.m. You can really see that coming into the 15-minute bars here. 9:30, 10 o'clock, had a nice little push back up, found its double bottom here right at the end of the New York session, and then now is just petering out and going sideways. Nothing really to speak of in the way of patterns here. This is just a really bad, I think, flag / pennant, whatever triangle pattern here. Nothing's really formed up yet is the problem. And so this could turn into a pennant pattern. Maybe not. We just need to wait and see how things shape up. At this point, though, I think catching a break short underneath 37.48, that's going to be a good autopilot trade, just judging by the momentum that we have flowing down in here. Before I would take a long trade above 3,800, I'd want to see the little dipper kick in and retest the resistance point in order to get a move up. So long above 3,800, not really an autopilot trade, more of something I'd want to see on a little dipper, but breaking below the lows here, 37.50 or 37.40, I think would make a great autopilot trade coming into tomorrow. But just know that it's not something that's going to move for 1,000 pips or more. You're probably going to get a move down to about 3,600 and find that the market gets to support.